Good evening and welcome to Renton Live. I am one of your guest hosts this evening. My name is Ashley Dobson. I'm the Events and Relations Director at the Renton Chamber of Commerce, and I'm joined this evening by James Alberson, who is the President of Top Tier Training, also known as Sandler Training, and he also is our immediate past chairman of the board here at Renton Chamber and also on our current board of directors. Hello,
I'm
James.
glad to be here. Glad to be here, Ashley. Glad to be your Robin to your Batman, I guess.
Oh, I appreciate it. It's always lovely to see you. How's your day been?
The day has been productive, long and productive, but this is the cherry on top to be able to host Renton Live with you and talk to some really important guests, I think, that are doing some good stuff in Renton. So all's well that ends well,
You are right about that. We have a really wonderful opportunity to speak with some people who work for and are involved in some, I say, hidden gems. I don't think a lot of people in our community know about the organizations and the services that we'll be speaking about and the people we'll be talking with tonight. So really excited to be able to share them with you. Tonight, we are going to kick off this episode with a chamber check-in. So all about the chamber right up front. But before we bring in anyone from the chamber, James, would you like to cheers to this evening since we both have a beverage?
Well, we do both have a beverage and, not to promote any kind of irresponsible drinking, but we're both in stationary places and it's a festive time as always. So I want to say cheers to having the opportunity to co-host with you again, Ashley, and down the hatch, I guess they say.
That's right.
Of course, I think they say down the hatch when you're going to really throw it down. So I don't know what they say when you're going to sip it, but feel free to insert whatever appropriate statement there is.
That's right. Maybe we'll invite you guys to the Renton Live after party sometime, but that's when we'll really.
That will be a good thing. There we go.
Well, in regular Renton Live fashion, we will jump into the chamber check-in with Diane Dobson, the CEO, and hear about some of the things that they have coming up, that we have coming up. Hi.
Nice.
Hi, Diane.
Ashley, your cup looks cattywampus there. Tell me about it.
It looks cattywampus because it is a bit. It is silicone. This, you can put this in your pocket if you wanted to. And I had it sitting in a compromising position. And so now it's a bit creased, but it's a silicone Renton, Washington wine glass.
Nice.
That is very cool.
Those are available at the chamber?
That is correct. You can buy one of these. You can buy one of these at the Renton Chamber of Commerce right now, along with the t-shirt that I'm wearing. All of us who have had to work from home and be in Zoom calls are all too familiar with the "you're on mute" saying. So
it is certainly the statement of 2020 and beyond, actually.
I would have to agree. It's not going anywhere.
Unprecedented times and pivot.
Can't forget.
We had our random meeting this morning, and which is Renton Area Nonprofits Unite, and Kim Untai, who is the operations manager for the Renton Downtown Partnership, was doing a nonprofit spotlight, and she had a cute little video that she played about pivot, and I'll see if I can't find it and post it on the Renton Facebook page. And I think it was Friends. It was one of the sitcoms, and they had a something with the word pivot.
There we go. I like it.
I love it. Well,
so what's going on at the chamber this next upcoming?
Well, I can tell you that we have a kindness crawl coming up. We are celebrating the small businesses in our community and the kindness that exists in our community as well. This is going to be Saturday and Sunday, May 15th and 16th, starting at 12 p.m. So the kindness crawl is free to participate in. and all you have to do is register. So we are going to have safe, socially distanced time starts. So you need to make sure that you register in advance. And if you're so inclined, there are VIP tickets that do have a cost. And those come with a goodie bag and also some extra raffle tickets. And we have some really incredible prizes already for the kindness raffle. There is a 10 class punch card from Evergreen City Ballet. We have classes from River Valley Cheese. There is a $75 gift certificate to Kujini. There is Renton Chamber of Commerce camper mugs, free pet membership at the Renton Chamber, and a bunch more that we are going to announce over the next coming weeks. So really looking forward to it.
Ashley, it's been fun to see all of the businesses step up that want to be a part of the kindness crawl and spreading kindness through the community, to yourself, to your neighbors. The businesses want to see more of it and they want to be a part of it. So it's thanks for the work that you're putting in on that.
Absolutely.
Thanks. It's been fun.
And this Friday, we are participating in Children's Day. Children's Day is an international celebration. In this instance, we're mirroring April 30th when it is held in Mexico. This Children's Day is being hosted by Central Rendu, and it is spearheaded by Sarah from the city of Renton. She's an AmeriCorps Vista volunteer. And it will be at Renton Memorial Stadium. I think, Ashley, is it between 1 and 3? No, 3 to 6, totally off there. So this Friday between 3 to 6, and it's a drive-through opportunity, and it is all about children, celebrating children. There will be drive-through booths that the kids will get candy and treats and prizes, and it is an opportunity to bring some light to the world of children because they're going through these trying times just like the rest of us.
Yeah. It should be a lot of fun. The last drive-through event put on by the city was so much fun. I had a blast as an adult, so I'm really looking forward to this one.
That was the Halloween trunk or treat, and I think the adults that were there handing out candies, and everybody was in costume. I think the adults had more fun than the kids might have.
I think so.
I'll have to catch the next one. Doggone
it. We'll make sure the spots were coveted and few this year because of COVID, so they were trying to keep numbers down. But Jennifer from the city of Renton, she has talked about it was such a success and an opportunity that maybe if numbers continue, they'll have no option. But even if numbers were to change, she's talked about continuing that into the future because it really was a great opportunity for the kids to see, the police cars were out there and decorated, and all of the departments from the city each had a truck, or the dump trucks were there, and the fire trucks, and the trucks from the airport. And it was neat. It was really cool to see.
Nice. What else is going on? Anything? Or
we also have a NAMI mental health first aid training coming up. So there's 2 different days that you have to attend, and this is going to help in identifying if someone is in crisis or helping someone who might be struggling with substance abuse. But those 2 days are Monday, May 17th and Monday, May 24th from 9 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. And this is being put on by Valley Cities, and you'll actually get certification afterwards, but you have to register and attend both days.
Wow.
And so what this is generally an 8-hour course that you sit through and you absorb everything, you test at the end, you get your certificate, and it's a lot. So Valley City, especially in a Zoom setting. So Valley Cities has broken this up into 2 digestible training classes. In May, we're doing the mental health first aid for adults, recognizing the signs and symptoms and knowing the resources. And then in July, we're doing mental health first aid for those that work with youth. Spaces are limited. The courses are free. You get the certificate pending you pass at the end. And so it is sign up. It's the amount of information and the wealth of information and resources that you'll have coming out it's amazing. Absolutely incredible.
Very nice.
Yeah.
And then let's see, May 19th, we have our career fair. The career fair is a collaboration of the City of Renton, Renton Technical College, the Renton Chamber of Commerce, and WorkSource. That is between 1 p.m. to 5 p.m. and it is virtual. So you can register now. You go to our chamber website and you can register if you're a job seeker. There will be 50 different employers, great employers with great employment opportunities, Amazon, Microsoft, the Hyatt, let's see, lots of employers. It's kind of hyper local to Renton and targeted with Renton employers, marketed within the city of Renton. But for those employers that are there, this is going to go out to all of the people who are receiving support from the Employment Security Department right now as well too. So a broad reach. If you're an employer who's not participating in the job fair, but you want to post jobs that are available, submit them to the chamber and we'll put them on this website where that same landing page is that people can find out about the career fair and go to register for the career fair. So there will literally be thousands of eyes upon these job postings. So it is a prime opportunity to get those postings out in front of a broad audience.
Diane, can you give the date again of that career fair?
That is May 19th from 1 p.m. to 5 p.m. And then ahead of time, the Renton Technical College, and we'll post the link on that same homepage, they will be providing resume support, and that's free resume support and assistance. They'll review, go through it, give you some suggestions.
Okay. And for anybody who is who just saw that and they couldn't write fast enough or whatever, where can they go to see all this information? Is it Chamber website or the Renton Live website? What would one want to do to the slow writers? Where should they go?
So that, I think Ashley will put it in the chat. It's at www.gorenton.com/careers. And that will take you right to the homepage that has, or the landing page that has the flyer and the link for that registration and the jobs that are posted.
Okay, fantastic.
In June, we bring this up. If businesses want to be a part of it, it is the Pacific Northwest Economic Equity Summit. And that will be June 23rd between, oh gosh, I don't have the time, between 11 and 1-ish. It's a noon time. We will be having speakers on policy, including voting, on affordable housing, and on equity in healthcare. Our sponsors for the event is Kaiser Permanente, and they will be speaking on equity in healthcare. And those are the three things that the three chambers of commerce have identified this year as really being impacting factors to economic equity.
Fantastic.
And that has been extremely well attended in the past. And is it going to be a hybrid event this year?
It will be a hybrid event. So we are currently accepting pitches. So what happens at this event is we have a panel of judges. We have six people that will be submitting their final pitches from a pool of entries. And these are solutions that are pitched from the general public and on it. Two issues that are impacting equity within the community. However, it is asked that they target it towards those three topic areas: affordable housing, equity in healthcare, and policy, including voting.
That's awesome. Well,
those individuals and the panelists may be in person. There are in-person tickets available, and depending on the phases, we'll see where we go from there.
Mm-hmm.
And we have one more thing that we would like to talk about, but we're going to bring on a special guest from Recreations and Neighborhoods. Drey Hicks is going to come on and talk about Chalk Your Walk for 2021. So we have Drey connecting now. We last year, Chalk Your Walk, there was so much happiness downtown after Chalk Your Walk. So I'm excited to hear about what they have going on this year. Hi, Drey.
How's it going, guys?
Hey, Drey, how are you?
Good, yourself?
Not too bad.
So,
Drey.
yeah, Chalk Your Walk. You guys ready?
Yeah.
Hit us.
All right, so yeah, Chalk Your Walk. We have this is our second annual campaign. This year, we're very lucky to have Chalk Your Walk presented by the Hyatt Regency of Lake Washington here in Renton. Their generous donation actually allowed us to purchase over 1,000 Chalk Your Walk kits that we will be distributing throughout the community this weekend. So I ask that all of Renton join us this weekend, pick yourself up some chalk. The first distribution day will actually be at the Hyatt from 3 to 5 p.m. this Friday. You can also visit the Hyatt's dock, chalk the dock, and you can also receive 10% off from their restaurant there, Dock and Drink. And then followed after the distribution days, we'll have a week-long campaign of exciting and unique chalk-themed days where we're asking Renton participants to have fun, get creative, get outdoors, and chalk their streets, their schools, their sidewalks, with just their fun creations. It was a very successful campaign last year. We had over 55,000 unique interactions through social media from people liking photos of their friends and family's artwork. And so we hope to kind of spread that cheer this year. What we love about the campaign is chalk is very forgiving. You don't have to be a Bob Ross to participate. I remember last year I was playing with my daughter, and it was supposed to be about her, and about 5 minutes in when she was scribbling, it was messing up my artwork, and I was starting getting frustrated because that was my energy. So it's definitely a campaign for all ages, all abilities, and we're just very excited to celebrate with Renton.
Yeah.
Drey, I'm wondering, is there any sort of contest associated with best chalk work or
yes.
anything like that?
Yeah, so each day we're going to have some giveaways with the themes. And so by participating and sharing your artwork using the hashtag #ChalkRentonOut, you'll have an opportunity to win some chalk-themed giveaways. We hope to combine some sort of, voter-based winners as well as some just random participants who might get chosen as a winner throughout the week. But really, I think what's going to make it fun is just seeing everybody's artwork. We had businesses participate, people of all ages. We were even out there last year as a recreation division downtown, chalking in front of businesses, and people just love to see the sidewalk filled with color and kind of pick up everyone's spirit.
I love it. And if you're a business, this is an opportunity to advertise at Chalk Your Walk. You could have a sidewalk sale almost, like put out some different promotions on the chalk, on the blocks surrounding your business to encourage people to come and encourage some foot traffic to your door.
Most definitely, yeah. It's something that it's meant for everybody, and I think you can just have fun with it. Don't take it too serious. Enjoy the different themes. Starting on Monday, we have Pet Portrait Day, so we'll be asking people to share photos of their pets and their chalk art. My favorite is Sunday for Mother's Day because I know I'll forget to head to Target to pick up a card. So there's your quick and easy gift is maybe a portrait with chalk. And so yeah, have fun, celebrate it, and enjoy the week.
I love it.
That is a bad child. If that's your Mother's Day gift, come on.
I've done better recently, but I'm still pretty bad.
Okay. I'll give you a pass this time.
I definitely give you a pass, Drey. We had a phone conversation the other day and you were on your way to drop kids off at school. So
every day. Yep. Never gets old.
I'm expecting a little one to kind of appear in the background at some point.
Oh, they're locked away right now because if she'd want to be joining, don't worry, they're with my wife. They're not
no bloopers, no.
No, I didn't want to be like that BBC clip when the kid runs through. Yeah.
Oh, that was one of the best ones ever.
I will be pouring a nice glass of wine after this once I take off the City of Renton shirt. So I'll be right there with you, James.
And fair enough.
Oh, awesome. Well, thank you so much, Drey, for sharing about Chalk Your Walk. We're all looking forward to it. If you are a business who would like to participate, I always want to say Parks and Neighborhood. Recreation and Neighborhoods has dropped off some of their chalk so that you can participate as well. So we'll be passing those out and again, encouraging everyone to participate of all ages, outside your business, outside your home. Go on down to the Hyatt and chalk the dock. It should be a lot of fun. So thank you so much, Drey.
No worries. And for more information, visit rentonwa.gov/chalkyourwalk and follow the campaign with the hashtag #ChalkRentonNow. Thanks, guys.
All right.
Awesome.
Thanks, Drey.
Bye, Drey.
Have a good one.
Take care.
So much fun. I'm really looking forward to that.
Yeah, I think I'm going to try and publicize that to our HOA here and see if we can get some colorful sidewalks and curbs around here during that time.
Well, I have my own supply of chalk, so if you need some, James, let me know.
I'll stop by the chamber and grab some. Perfect.
Before I was
Wonderful.
at the chamber, when I was at the law firm, we had the window that was facing William Street downtown. And we used to go out and chalk hopscotch in front of the windows. And we'd wait and you'd see the adults and they'd walk by and they might walk by again and they'd look around and quick do a hopscotch down the street.
It's physically impossible to not do a hopscotch with no one around. I don't care what age you are, unless, of course, you know, you have bad knees or, you know, might hurt yourself. I think it's just impossible. It's like, what the heck, you know? So.
And your spirit smiles afterwards.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh,
Well,
yeah.
That's all I have from the chamber, Ash and James. I'm going to pop off of here and let you guys get on with your next guest.
Well,
All right.
thank you so much for joining us.
Good to see you,
All right.
Diane. Take care.
Bye,
Have a
guys.
good evening.
Well, lots of exciting things upcoming. So make sure you check out the chat box if you're needing some more information or want to follow any of those campaigns or events along the way. So next up, we are going to bring out New Horizon School Administrator Marla Veliz, and we will get to hear from her about what New Horizon School is and their transition extension program that they have. So Marla is joining us now. Hi, Marla.
Hi, how are you?
Hi. Pretty good. Hi, Marla. Welcome.
Hi, James. Nice to see you.
Mm-hmm. Same here.
Well, we are so grateful to have you with us tonight, Marla. Thank you for joining us. Really excited to be featuring New Horizon School. For our guests or for our viewers out there who aren't aware, can you let us know what New Horizon School is?
Sure. New Horizon School is my favorite topic, so I'm happy to talk about that. So New Horizon is a special education school located in Renton, and we were founded in Renton about 26 years ago. We work with students with learning disabilities, ADHD, and autism spectrum disorder. And we serve grades 4 through 12 and also ages 18 and up.
And so when you say 18 and up, what does that include?
Well, typically that would include students in the age range of about 18 to 21, but we really don't want to limit our service there. We're happy to work with older individuals who have disabilities and need supports to become independent and be able to be employed and have a independent lifestyle and autonomous life.
I'm curious, Marla, how many students does New Horizon have currently? Typically, what's the enrollment?
Sure, we have 50 students and 10 teachers.
Okay.
And so the student to teacher ratio is very low, as you can imagine. Small classes, a typical class size is about 5 to 7. And so we're able to give that personalized attention to every student and make sure that their learning needs can be met and that they feel safe and healthy and happy at school.
That's definitely important. I'm curious, what do students say they like most about attending New Horizon?
Oh my goodness. I think probably the sense of community. I think most of our students would say the teachers get me, I feel comfortable, I can learn, and I'm learning how to learn, and people understand me. I don't, feel like I stand out. I feel like I fit in.
Oh, I love that. We have an infographic up on the screen. Would you like to talk us through this, Marla?
Well, sure. It's a little bit small, but I can share with you that our mission really is to work with students who, need a little bit more personalized setting to be able to maximize their potential and really be themselves and become the best they can be. And I think one thing that's really exciting is that we have 100% graduation rate. All of our seniors complete their senior year and earn their diploma, which is not a special education diploma. It's a regular Washington State high school diploma like you would receive in any public or private school. And even in the remote learning environment during COVID times, 96 to 98% of our students have really been very successful, again, because the classes are small and the teachers are able to customize the curriculum and the learning program for their individual needs. And so we've had a lot of success. Remote is hard, but we have had a lot of success. And now we're transitioning back into hybrid in-person learning 2 days a week. And that's going very smoothly as well. I can't say enough about my teachers and also my students because they are working so hard they're so happy to be back on campus. So they're working really hard to make sure that the 6-foot distancing, the masks, all of that is in place, and they're doing that.
Marla, I was going to ask, what, and not so much how COVID affected you, but what was the maybe the greatest challenge, given, the population of students and the needs and that sort of thing? What was the greatest challenge that you found or the teachers found, and how did they actually, was there anything unique they did to overcome it or to really kind of put things into perspective so that the students could have continued success?
I would say that our biggest challenge was engaging students, making sure that we could stay connected with our families and with our students and with each other. We were actually able to shift because we planned ahead for quite a few weeks. We were able to shift overnight. So we were in person on March 12th and we were 100% remote on March 13th. And so it was pretty phenomenal. It took working together as a team and supporting each other and asking each other for help. But for the students, I think they were just so happy to see each other, even though we closed campus. Zoom was a lot of fun at first, then it got hard. But, engaging the kids, staying connected in this 2-dimensional format that that we've been working in for a year. But our students have done phenomenally well.
Mm-hmm.
But I think the ease of transition you speak of really does speak volumes about the sense of community that you have at New Horizon, that teamwork that you were able to really accomplish that. And I love that you said shift. We were talking about words people are sick of, and I was waiting for you to say pivot. And so I like that you said shift.
Yeah, shift. Pivot is not my favorite word this year.
No.
And I think it also speaks to, if I can interject one thing, Ashley, is the teacher's dedication to figuring out, to executing that shift and being creative and being prepared to do so. So kudos to you. Maybe you New Horizons should be consultants for maybe some other educational systems in the country for in preparedness and that sort of thing. So kudos to you and your teachers for being able to make that shift so quickly.
Thank you. I do have a really creative and innovative staff, and we work together very well. We kind of are always in sync, and that helps because you can't do it alone. It takes all of us working together, and our parents are very supportive. And, it says a lot. They want their children to be in learning at New Horizon, whether it's remote or hybrid or in person. And, I can't thank them enough for kind of sticking with us all year through all the little different twists and turns. We thought we'd be out for 2 weeks, and we ended up being out for a year. But, when you have a very unique staff and, teachers who really have a lot of experience and qualifications to work with this population, they're going to find a way.
Mm-hmm.
They will.
I love it. Well, we have the opportunity tonight to speak to one of your staff members and one of your students.
Yes.
So your transition extension teacher, Christina Schaefer, will be joining us here. And also one of the students who's a part of your transition extension program, Antonia Barnard. Really
Absolutely.
excited that all of you were able to join us this evening.
They're coming in.
Hi,
There we go.
Christina.
Hi.
Hi, Christina. Glad to have you here.
Really excited that you and Antonia are able to join us tonight. We were just talking with Marla about how much she loves her staff, and so it's exciting to have one of you here to talk about the transition extension program. Hi, Antonio.
Hi.
Hey, Antonio.
How are you doing?
I'm doing pretty good.
That's awesome. Well, I would love to hear about both of your experiences at New Horizon and what you love about teaching and learning there.
Okay. So I would love to give a little background on transition extension. So transition extension is a program for students ages 18 and up. And we provide an education that focuses on vocational skills, independent living skills, and functional academics. And so we help students get connected with a variety of services that will stay with them throughout their life or come and go as needed. And it's designed to help students develop their soft skills to maintain employment and also the skills to get a job as well. So we help students write resumes, practice interviews, and even go to the mall to try on clothes to wear to an interview. And so while we spend a large portion of our class time preparing students to enter the workforce, the hope is that they will also live a well-rounded life. And so we also work on things like independent living skills, cooking, cleaning, leisure skills, and even using public transportation, and functional academics like banking, budgeting, reading, and writing. I have one of my students, Antonio, here with me today to talk about how transition is currently helping him achieve his goals. So, Antonio, what do you like about being in transition extension?
I like that we get to work on cooking. I also like how flexible the transition class is.
That's great. And Antonio, what are your current career goals?
My current career goals is to be a chef.
That sounds really fun. How does transition extension help you prepare to be a chef?
Being in the transition program helps me prepare to be a chef because we get to work on cooking in class. I also get to volunteer in a commercial kitchen every week, so I know what it's like to be in a good service kitchen.
That's really great, Antonio.
That's
What?
impressive, Antonio. You probably are a better cook than I am. I'm wondering how can I get some of this chef training? Or maybe I can hire you off for a personal chef. Who knows? I don't know. If I can ask a question of Antonio, what is that your absolute favorite part of the transitional program, or what would you say are the top one or two things you love about the transitional program?
I'd say cooking and that it's flexible.
Okay, so that's okay.
Love it. Do you have a cuisine or a dish that you like to cook, Antonio?
Well, I'm good with cooking. Let's see. I'm good at making scrambled eggs.
That's a
I'm
wonderful way to start
good
your
at
day.
making macaroni and cheese.
Both
love
very
it.
tasty foods. I like that.
Yeah.
Well, if you could, at this point, if you could become really great at one dish at some point, what would it be? Given all the different dishes out there, things you like.
Probably be spaghetti.
Spaghetti? No, well, you're a simple man, Antonio. Okay, I like that. But hey, there are nuances there, so it must be in the sauce you're talking about.
Yeah, classic. I love it. Well, so during the transition extension program, what happens after that?
So after transition extension, the hope is that the student will leave the program with a job. Of course, we also do have students that their goal is to go to school. So that could be a 2-year, 4-year, or a technical college.
So Antonio, what is your goal? Would you like to start working after the transition extension program, or would you like to continue your education in the culinary arts?
Probably start working maybe after transition, maybe.
Do you already have your resume completed?
I do not believe that I do yet.
We haven't made it there yet. We're just about to do that in the next few weeks.
Well, once you have your resume completed, make sure that you let us know, because there's so many people out there who are looking for a qualified chef. So you keep us posted, Antonio.
Okay.
Absolutely. How much longer do you have in the transitional program before they unleash you on the world, Antonio?
Probably like 3 years.
3 years. Okay.
Nice. Well, then you get to spend a lot more time with Christina and Marla then, which sounds like it is a good time.
Definitely.
Christina, how long have you been working with New Horizon?
I am just about to finish up my 3rd year at New Horizon.
Oh, wow.
Oh. Christina, what brought you to New Horizon?
Really, I just went to visit a few times as I was applying and fell in love with it. When I went there, they took me on a tour of the school that was led by one of the students, and that just sold it for me. It was really great to see the students taking such pride in the places that in their place of education, and to really want to share that with others and talk about it. And it just made it seem even like more dreamlike than just like your typical school that you would want to apply to.
Well, that's fantastic. That's fantastic.
Yeah. You shared some images with us. So I'd love, Farrad, if you would be able to share some of the pictures that Christina and Antonio have shared, so we can kind of see some of the experiences that you've had.
And feel free to narrate any of these pictures if you like.
Okay, so this is us cooking at home.
Okay.
And we are working on, I believe, grilled cheese here. The first picture was us at Advocacy Days in Olympia. Yep, this is us. That was us at Advocacy Days last year, which we love to go to. This is us working in our school kitchen and preparing lunch for the other students.
That's awesome.
This is us on our first day back in person this year in front of our classroom.
Oh, nice.
Gorgeous.
Oh, it was a nice
cherry
day
blossom.
that day too. I remember that.
It was a beautiful day. It was perfect.
Absolutely. We don't know what
that looks like some information about the school.
Yeah, I think it does.
And that's actually how you can follow New Horizons. That's their social media platform. Yeah. So please follow New Horizons School on their social media to stay up to date with all the wonderful things that they are doing in the community. And Christina, would you be able to explain what Advocacy Days are in Olympia?
Yes, Advocacy Days are an event that's held in the beginning of the year each year for about 3 months. Every time there's a legislative session, there is an event so that people can meet beforehand, learn about the different legislative bills and things that are going to be discussed, and that they can go and talk to their representation about why they may want to try to pass those. And so it's a time when people can get together and really advocate for themselves and other people in the disability community.
Fantastic.
That's marvelous. Thank you so much for sharing that. Well, I am really sad to say that we are going to have to say goodbye, but we're going to be bringing on Trillium Employment Services. But I wanted to say thank you so much to Marla for introducing Christina and Antonio to James and I this evening. And Christina and Antonio, thank you so much for joining us. It's been an absolute pleasure to have you on. And I cannot wait to be in a restaurant and have Antonio's spaghetti.
Yes, get to work on that super special spaghetti sauce, Antonio. We're looking forward to it.
Yeah, I'll just add that Antonio is going to make a wonderful employee somewhere someday because he is hardworking, he's honest, he's loyal, and he's just happy. He's cheerful and positive all the time. So I'm really proud of Antonio.
Sounds like you have the right mindset, Antonio. Make sure you stick with that. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, James and Ashley.
Hey, thanks for coming. We appreciate it.
Thanks.
Yeah. Bye.
Until next time.
Just a wonderful school in our community and doing really great things and supporting wonderful human beings. And so that transition extension program, New Horizons has, after students finish the program, then they actually can be paired up with some of the people from our next guest. So Trillium Employment Services, we have Program Manager Janice Berk Nelson and Senior Employment Consultant Casey Serquinia, who are going to be joining us to talk about what that next step looks like.
Hello.
Hi, Janice.
Hi,
Janice.
Ashley. Hi,
Nice
James.
to
Nice
meet
to meet you.
Nice
Good
to meet
see
you.
you
Nice to
again,
see you.
Ashley.
Thanks for
Good to
joining.
see
Oh,
you.
love the glasses, Casey.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So I've got my I have my drink.
Oh, hey, what are you
here.
doing? Why'd you take
I
the?
do, and this is our Epic Team Trillium.
Nice.
Our
nice.
I
mug.
love it.
It's not silicone though. It doesn't stick in your pocket.
No, but it will keep anything cold or hot. So it's one
Okay.
of those kind of things. So this is by
That's
my
important.
desk or at my dining room table pretty much every day.
There you
I
go.
love
Not
it.
with vodka in it though, just water. Just that's clear.
That's your story.
Water.
You're sticking to it. There's nothing
That's
wrong.
my story. Yeah, I'm sticking to that one for sure.
Well, it's Renton Live, so water or vodka is allowed. That's fine. So we just had the opportunity to speak with Marla, Christina, and Antonio, representatives from New Horizons School, and now we get to speak to the two of you. So for our viewers out there, can you explain what Trillium Employment Services is?
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah,
Katie.
I'm going to go ahead if it's okay, Janice. I'll get started. So we're an adult agency that helps businesses to hire people with disabilities. And we partner with the school districts. So we partner with transition programs in many different school districts. And we start working with the young people as they're coming out of school, like typically the last year of school. We'll start working with them, helping them to build their resume more, learn more and more skills. And then again, the goal is a job by graduation, which has been pretty challenging this year, but we're making it work. Moving forward, I heard of a man who got a job today, so that was exciting to hear about.
Yay!
Nice, nice.
But I also have some pictures here. Yeah, you have some pictures there that we can kind of talk about how we partner with the school district. This is a young man who he went to New Horizon, so they were super excited when I told them I had pictures of Jaron, and he said, go ahead and share my pictures. This is an opportunity that working with him, we're just kind of getting to know him to see what he was interested in. And this was going to a class on digital printing, right? So he went to this class on digital printing, and that gives us the opportunity to start to get to know him, what he's interested in, what his skills are. And let me tell you, his computer skills are much, much better than mine.
In our previous conversations, hearing about some of the programs that he's working, I was just talking about my not tech savvy self to James before everyone else joined the call. I am very impressed by the programs that that he knows.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Is there a couple more pictures?
Yeah, we do.
Yeah, so this was when he was in school. They would go to work sites all over the community. So this is in Fairwood Library, and he was a volunteer, and the teaching staff would assist him. They had several students who would go, and he was going about his volunteer duties. He's taking that book and he's using it to straighten out all the other books, right? To make them really nice, organizing them on the shelves. So he's had several jobs. His first paid position was with the city of Auburn, and he worked for the city of Auburn. They were ready to hire him because, you know, he had all these great skills that he developed both at school and coming from the, you know, working with us. He got his Microsoft Office specialty certificate.
Wow.
That was something that helped him with at school. And that was a big deal to help him get the job doing a lot of data entry at the city of Auburn. He worked in about 4 different departments. Like he'd be here for like 3 or 4 months, and then he'd move to another department where they had some archiving to do, and he had another one. But his current position now is working for the King County Assessor's Office. And that's kind of that picture where he's got his desk is pretty plain. He doesn't put a lot of stuff on his desk. You know, he just wants to get to work. Mm-hmm. And that position is great for him. He's just like really bloomed in that position. He's doing data entry. He's going and he's finding out information about houses that have sold. He's taking all the information about the houses that have sold and collecting it all for the assessors, mm-hmm. and putting it into their database. He does public records, he collects those. And then just recently he started VCAD drawing. And so he's going through they have boxes and boxes of archived paper drawings of house plans, and he's going on the computer and making them digital, right? So as his job coach through Trillium, we kind of support him and the business, and we really help the business to, to take them on and help them with training and things like that. I can't train him, obviously, how to do VCAD drawing, right? So we're like an added resource to help them. And he has, he graduated about 3 years ago. So, he has also long-term services through Trillium as he keeps going through his career.
And I imagine, you're giving the businesses confidence that these students can come in and get the job done and getting by some preconceived notions and that sort of thing. I mean, that's huge in just some of the false conclusions that I think a lot of people may make on what somebody's capable of doing and not, right?
Yeah, because maybe somebody who doesn't communicate the same way that you do, or is very, very quiet. So this is a very, very quiet young man, mm-hmm. right? And so it's hard to know that, that's there. I like that Ashley already said hidden gems. That's what we think about a lot of the people that are working out in the community, that we give them a little bit extra help. Mm-hmm. But Janice was going to kind of maybe talk about some of the adults we're working with and just different businesses in Renton that we already are supporting people at.
Sure, and I know we have some photos here, but is there any specific questions? I've got some information here, but did you have any specific questions about how does this work? How do I get involved? How can I hire somebody?
How does this work? How do you get involved? I'd love for you to answer all those questions. If you want to take over, I'll remove myself as Batman. Everyone, your guest host, Janice, Berk, Nelson.
Yeah, right. And I'm curious if there's any particular, is there certain jobs that tend to be more, applicable to placing or not? Is it all or what?
Sure. Well, the easy ones are what we call the low-hanging fruit, kind of retail and service, restaurants. Mm-hmm. But we've got a lot of people like for instance, Jared, who works in the King County Assessor's Office, right? And we have a lot of those kinds of office jobs with the city of Seattle and with King County. And so there's no limit to what businesses. We can work with businesses and we can help them figure out what some of our clients can do and make a good match. So if you're a business going, well, I don't know what we can do, well, we can come in and we can help you figure that out. And by the way, there is absolutely no cost for our services to any business. We are funded, we're a private nonprofit, we're fully funded with dollars that flow from the state to King County, and then a contract with Trillium. And the goal to help people with cognitive, intellectual, developmental disabilities find employment and keep employment. Mm-hmm. So the job candidates don't pay us either. So this is an hugely added benefit for businesses. We're consultants. We help with all this, and there's not a cost for you, with the exception of at least minimum wage. Mm-hmm. And I got to throw something in there. Christina was talking about advocacy days. We're very involved with that in the employment realm, and a huge piece of legislation just passed, and it's an elimination of sub-minimum wage. And what that means is that every person with a disability has to be paid at least minimum wage. Huge. So I just wanted to throw that in there because that was brought up. And we've always
travesty that ever existed in the first place.
So there's something you might have, for some organizations, they were called sheltered workshops or piecemeal kind of work. We've never been that. Since 1983, Trillium started, we've always been about integrated employment for people at least minimum wage. So that's been our focus for nearly 40 years. So yeah, that's a little bit about. We are currently supporting, helping people stay jobs, keep jobs, approximately 250 people, adults, in King County. And we're across now 5 counties. We just moved into Yakima County, but we're in Pierce, Kitsap, Clark, as well as King. And we have several people working in Renton. So I'm excited about talking about some of our folks working in Renton. If that's cool?
Yes.
All right.
We're excited about it too.
Okay, so I'm going to wait for one of the pictures.
And I forgot to mention that Jaron started working at home, and he's been working at home for 13 months.
Wow.
So, but he's working from home this whole time.
Good.
So we have Brendan, who he started at Valley Medical Center about a month before I started at Trillium. So as you can tell, I've been at Trillium then for 25 years, just like Brendan, and he delivers mail. And so if you're ever at Valley, he 9 to 10 to noon, every Monday through Friday. He hasn't been for the last year, but he's buzzing around in his wheelchair, and he's delivering mail to all the different departments. He's amazing. I've worked with him. I've supported him in the past. He's an amazing man.
That's fantastic. And he doesn't have to worry about snow, sleet, rain, or hail. That's nice.
Exactly, right? The mail always gets there on time, for sure. And now we have Gloria, and she works at the LA Fitness in Fairwood, and she's the front desk receptionist. She meets and greets the customers that come in. She answers the phone, and sometimes helps out in their kids club, kind of. I don't know if it's actually called kids club, but where they have the daycare. She's awesome.
And she will always say, "Have a fabulous day. Have the most fabulous day." She's just so.
I think the other workers should learn from her. But
she's so fun. She's so fun. She's so fun to talk to.
I love that.
And RD works at Dunn Lumber right there in Renton. He's been there for 17 years, and he does some light cleaning and janitorial around there, and he loves working there. He loves being around the guys, and the guys all love him at Dunn Lumber, and so he's an institution there at Dunn. And Jessa works at Cedar River Montessori. And here's a really I've observed this position is very cool. So she helps with equipment, and we support her in this, tells stories to the kids in the classroom. So she comes into the classroom and they yell, "Hi, Miss Jessa," and she proceeds to tell them a story using the technology that's available. And it's a speech technology. She does not speak herself, but the technology of the speech, and she can page through using I believe it's like her head, I think, is kind
The
of
head
hits a
switch.
button that pages through, and the kids look forward to it, and she tells them stories every Friday, and it's such a great opportunity for the kids to be exposed to Jessa and all the way around.
And she is working online right now too.
Oh my gosh.
Wow.
Well, she
No.
was working online previously. Maybe they're starting to go back, but no, she had been working online.
Yeah, this is definitely goes right back to what you're saying, Janice. This is a benefit for the employer and the employee, but also the children that she is around every single day. It's just second nature and really breeds that inclusivity.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I love the longevity that, you know.
We've had some amazing longevity with some of the people that we've placed. And the funding, so just it doesn't end for Trillium Services. Once we help, we find the job and we will help with some of the training, but for as long as that person's employed, we are in the picture as a consultant. We do not have to go away. So employers are not ever left hanging. So I need some support. We're there. So it's a definite benefit to the business.
Yeah. Oh, here we go. There's Matt.
Matt works for King County Roads Division, and prior to that, he worked for King County Courthouse for 20 years. And he kind of processes tickets and invoices and does some of the recycling. And he's an amazing young man. I've known him he's not young probably anymore. I've known him since he's worked with Trillium, and we've been supporting him for 30 years or so. He's amazing man.
Sounds like Matt's somebody you need to know on the inside if you.
Oh yeah, for sure. And then we have Sean, who works at the Renton Library. It's now part of the King County Library System. Sean actually was hired on there when it was still part of the city of Renton. So it's probably been 8 or 9 years when they joined King County Library. But the library used to be run by the city of Renton, and they hired him on as a page 20 years ago. And then he did the transition, and so now he's a KCLS employee, and he's just in the stacks, and he's Dewey Decimal System, and he's just an amazing worker. I personally support 2 other men who work in other King County libraries in South King County as well. So I'm very familiar with this position, and it's an awesome position.
Well, we had a really fast, going to interrupt you. We had a question in the chat. Is that Matt E?
Yes, that was Matt E. And he's probably well known. He lives in Renton. And his family's very well known. So quite possibly people know who he is.
Love it.
That's Maddie.
And then Patrick, who works at the Safeway in Fairwood. And Casey, since you helped Patrick get that job, why don't you jump in?
Yeah, Patrick was working in Bellevue. When I first started working with him, he was being supported by another employment consultant, and he worked at a restaurant in Bellevue for a while, and it was just too far from his house. And so he resigned that position. And then he said, I really want to work at Safeway. I want to work at Safeway. It's near my home. And we went in several times, filled out an application, took him in there with his resume to talk to them. Again, a very quiet man. And he got started, and he has a position there where he stocks milk, eggs, and the cold drinks. And then when he's done with that, he stocks milks, eggs, and cold drinks. And when he's done with that, he stocks the eggs and the milk and the cold drinks, because those things go so quickly in the evenings, right? And so, but he's doing a lot of go backs now too. And when he first started, he was really not wanting to talk to customers, really shy about talking to customers. So a lot of my support was helping him to come up with that confidence and learn his way around the store and really start being comfortable so he could tell people where to find, the peanut butter or and being a lot more comfortable. And so he's doing great now. He's been there a couple of years, and just, now it's great when I go in and I see a customer come up and talk to him, and he's like, oh yeah, let me show you. I'm like, wow,
And Casey brought up a good point. A lot of what the support we provide are the soft skills, right? Some of the social cues and helping people come out of their shell and integrate and get involved with their coworkers and if there's customers involved. And they're just one of the workforce. They're part of the team, and it's been amazing to see for me. And Casey's been here over 12 years, over 25 years. I support some people who worked for many, many years at their business, and I love working with the employers and helping the employers hire somebody and get a valued employee.
Yeah. Speaking of hiring somebody, I'm curious, do you guys keep track of your placement rate? Is it something you want to, boast about right now, or
maybe not this year?
Well, okay, COVID notwithstanding,
So overall, and across the United States, the unemployment rate for people with intellectual and developmental disabilities is around 70%. 70% is the unemployment rate. Now, Trillium, like Casey mentioned, we're always working, bringing on, there's new people, the students. And so every year, 25 to 35 new people are coming to Trillium, and we're helping them find jobs. And then we also have people who've been with Trillium for a while and are looking for jobs, or they might lose a job, or they might want a different job. So we have a lot of people looking for jobs. So we probably have close to 100 people looking for jobs right now. So with a variety of skills and abilities, so we definitely can fill somebody's need.
Okay.
What if I was an employer looking to hire one of your 100 people looking for a job, how could I go about in contacting you to work with Trillium?
What a great question, Ashley. I think our contact information is up there. Our website is trillium.org. Very easy. And there's a wealth of information on our website with testimonials and information about our services. It's a quite a robust website with a lot of information. And Casey's one of our senior employment consultants, and her major job is finding jobs for people. That's her big part of her job.
Yeah, and a great thing that we get to do is meet with businesses. A lot of times it starts with a conversation, and a lot of times businesses might say, "Oh, we're not hiring," or we don't have any positions posted. But sometimes what we can do is kind of sit down and talk to them, and we find out that there are some bottlenecks here and there are some things going on there. Mm-hmm. And so wouldn't bringing in an entry-level employee free up other people to do their tasks, right? And so sometimes we help people. So we, sometimes as we tour, kind of have this discussion, like not every Safeway has people doing that type of stocking in the evening, right? And so that, like at that store, they realized this is a position, a helper clerk position, isn't something that we've really done, but doesn't this make sense? Mm-hmm. Don't we really need to do this 22 hours a week? And to keep things moving smoothly, right? Mm-hmm. And so, obviously we're not going to come in and tell you how you need to do your work, but just kind of having those discussions. And sometimes it's like bundling 5 different things that are everybody's doing it, which sometimes might mean nobody's doing it, right? If everybody, right, yeah. So kind of helping figure those things out. And so that's always great when we kind of get a win-win with things like that, and then can see that it's so beneficial to everyone. And minimum wage is or above prevailing wage is worth it if we have the right person doing the right task, because it's just making productivity going better, giving you more time for customers, Some of the things that we've found is that we've created a lot of tools and task lists and systems for people that are working, that the employer has said, wow, that's a great idea. And they've implemented that system, that process, and that tool within the whole workforce. Mm-hmm. So we're a benefit in that way too. So just wanted to throw that out there.
Yeah, it sounds like you're creating efficiencies that they never knew existed, along with positions, and it sounds like a win-win-win all the way around.
Yeah, and it just starts with conversations, mm-hmm. James, you mentioned like perceptions, and sometimes people have perceptions, and some people come at it with like, well, I don't want to offend, or I don't want to say the wrong thing. It's like, don't worry about that. Let's just have a discussion. We're all people, right? We're all people. Let's just have a discussion and start talking about what might make sense, what your work culture looks like, what your needs are, what personality might fit in here, like,
Good for you.
Yeah. No, I feel really honored to have talked so much with Janice and Casey and Marla leading up to this tonight. So it was exciting for me to learn about Trillium, but like we've said before, you guys are definitely hidden gems, and you advocate and support the hidden gems in our community. That's for sure. So really important and super beneficial to every single person in our community. So thank you.
Yeah, thank you for the opportunity.
Thanks for having us on.
Of course.
Hey, great guest. There you go. I'm glad I was co-hosting tonight. I feel more enriched because of it. Doggone it.
Great. Great.
All right.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Well, thank you so much, Janice. Thank you, Casey.
All right.
All
Have a
right.
good evening.
Bye.
Stay safe.
It's sad to say goodbye tonight, James.
I know, man. Partying is such sweet sorrow. Time flies, blah, 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 all that kind of good stuff. Thank you for asking me to host again. It's always a pleasure to join the cast of Renton Live and to work with you, Ash. So anytime, of course.
Thank you, James. And I actually, I know we've asked you before to be a semi-regular co-host with us. So to our viewers who love seeing the handsome James Alberson, he will be joining us every once in a while a bit more over the next few months. And if you would like to see more of James, check out our Halloween Spooktacular episode.
Oh, please don't. It's terrible. Terrible.
No, it was incredible. Oh my gosh. James was our ringmaster for the evening. And I was just going through my phone the other day looking at old pictures, and I have the best. Your costume that night was top tier.
It was a pretty good costume. Right? It's been a long time since I dressed up for Halloween or anything associated with it. So that was cool.
Well, when it comes to our community, you go all out, James. So I really appreciate you, and we appreciate having you on Renton Live. It's always such a pleasure.
Absolutely, anytime.
All right, well, that's all that we have for tonight. Thank you for joining us. Thanks for letting us into your homes. Let me see here. Our next episode is going to be on May 12th. So we will see you all back here at 6 p.m. on May 12th.
Mark your calendars. Thanks for joining us, everyone.
If you can be anything, be kind.
Oh, I like that. I need a tagline. See you later.